All right, let me show you quickly how I do it. Go to dailyfantasynerd.com. Basically, I click on this export to CSV. This is what I pay for. You can't do it on the free version. However, you can do this on the free version. If you start from the bottom, you can highlight up all the way to the top to there. Control C, copy it, paste it into a spreadsheet, and you can go through each page this way, and your highlighting won't change. So you can just copy paste the whole spreadsheet. It takes a few times, especially on large slates when you got 10, 11, 12 pages. But you can do that if you don't want to pay for it. All right, so once I've got the CSV over here, I just open this. I use numbers, and then basically I go through and get rid of all the columns I don't want. I don't use likes, injuries. I don't use points scored, PER, defensive efficiency. I don't use field goal attempts. I don't use minutes last 2, but I use minutes last 5. I don't use season minutes. This is fantasy points last 5. Season fantasy points, I use those. I don't use floor or ceiling. I do use projected minutes and fantasy points, but only when the player is coming back from injury. I'll use that, or if there's a player that's going to get more minutes based on an injury, I'll use that. But most of the time, I just use their last 5 games, so I delete all that stuff as well. Once I've done that, delete the columns I'm not going to use, and then I highlight the whole thing, copy it, and then I open a new. This is my my templates here. I'm on version 21. I've done probably 30, 40 versions. As you can see, version 19, 19.1, 20, 20.1. I've had a bunch of different versions go through, but this is the most recent one. So we'll open that. Then I go here and I just paste all the information that we just copied over there. Let it calculate and do its thing. And I'll show you the formulas in just a second. Let it load up. All right, delete this top line. All right, so this is the actual spreadsheet. If you go over here to where the colors change, this is all my calculations. So if you were to go to salary, double click. So H6, which is obviously salary, minus 6666, which is basically your average salary. So basically anything below 6666, you're going to have a positive. Anything above 6666, you're going to have a negative based on the salary that you are. Because, the cheaper you are, the better it is, obviously. So that's how I do that particular formula. Usage, I take M6, which is pace, divided by 48 minutes, and then multiply that by 06, which is minutes played, and then multiply that by L6, which is their usage percentage. Multiplied by 0.01, multiplied by 0.015, that basically gives me their usage grade. And basically, I can go through each one of these, but it's all the same. Just different formulas used for each one. Defense versus position, obviously. D versus P, they're negative 2%, meaning they're 2% below the average, the NBA average. And then I take their average of their last 5 games, multiply that, divide by 2. It gives me an average score. Then multiply it by 0.012 to get my grade. So that's basically how it is. I do the over and under separately. It's a different sheet that I have up here that whenever I change anything in here, it automatically puts the grades over here because this obviously changes every day. And then once these grades have all been done for each different category, over here it's basically all added together times 100, and that basically gives them the score, which is basically every category I use, times 100 just to make it a more readable number, basically. And then hot, cold, basically cold obviously is based on their last 5 games. If they are, if their points are below a 0.055 over there, they get a cold designation. If they're above a 0.06, they get a hot designation. Matchup is based on D versus P. Basically, wherever they rank as far as percentage will get 1 thumb up, 2 thumbs up, or 3 thumbs up, depending on the matchup. And then the back-to-back is based on their rest days, which is also on the spreadsheet. Where's rest? Somewhere here. Oh yeah, here it is, back-to-back. So 2 days rest. Anything that's got a 0 days rest will get the yes as far as back-to-back goes. That's basically it. I mean, I went through and did all these formulas myself. I didn't really learn from anybody particular. I just kind of trial and errored it, using all the different stats that we use, and just kind of figured out the best balance for all of it.